Welcome, explorers. Let's have a look at Iratus, Lord of the Dead, today. I started the game up earlier to see if it has an introduction that plays automatically, and it does. So I'm going to start it up again. We check the introduction, and then we have a good look at Lord of the Dead. I think we will be the Lord of the Dead ourselves. Right? That's going to be good. The voiced introduction. So enjoy.
Life is a disease. A millennium ago, a supreme necromancer was on the verge of conquering the world. But you know what they say about best laid plans. Inevitably, heroes shall emerge. So, I was made dead. Again. But what does death really mean for somebody who has mastered it? Boredom. An eternity to ponder my errors and how close I came to victory. I am a mortal. But when this world ends, even I will know oblivion. And so, I ask myself, will I be given another chance to rise before it happens? Another chance to fulfill my ambition? It seems that fate has smiled after all.
This is an awesome intro. I love it. Oh, okay. Iratus, Lord of the Dead, is a hardcore tactical roguelike. It's a lot of words. This game is difficult and your minions will likely die, and don't think they are expendable just because they're already dead. Every fight is a challenge and resources are always limited. Enemies are strong, show no mercy toward their undead opponents. You will need to play smart and adjust your strategies for different encounters and enemy types. In short, be prepared to spend several hours mastering the game to achieve victory and bring death to the mortal lands. So this is a warning, right? For those who thought they would just quickly play this and win. But we don't want to win. We don't want to, you know, we want to find out what this is all about. And I'll help us along by playing it for a bit. You can set the animation speed of the game. I'm going to leave it at 1. You can hide locked minions if you want to be surprised, I think. That's the button. By default, it's off. Battle speech is a must-have, I think. And we have a volume slider here. The music seems cool. Can't really say how this plays out, but I have played the tutorial at some point, and this is how I chose to set up the sound. So let's guess it's good. New game. Cakewalk. More pain. Good always wins. I think normal, stronger enemies already. Weakened enemies, stronger enemies. So that just, there's no... Oh, I can only get a tutorial on Cakewalk. Okay. Well, we want the tutorial. Save mode, what's that? Quick save, quick load. So as soon as you are at good always wins and eternal harvest, you can't save anymore. Makes sense. This is not the type of game where I would guess I could save. Okay. This seems to be normal difficulty. The enemies are only stronger in comparison to this, so I guess this is the default. And this is where you learn the mechanics. For games like this, it's always dangerous to go easier because you learn wrong tactics. But yeah, we want to see the tutorial. Evil has returned. The dread necromancer Iratus has attained his freedom after millennia of imprisonment, and the miners gathered around his tomb still do not know the mortal danger they have stumbled upon. Now, the guys we saw in the tutorial, in the introduction. Their bodies will lay the foundation for an army of the dead that will conquer this world. Rise. Okay, that's us. Each minion has 5 basic abilities and 1 ultimate ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ultimate. You need a special resource for the last one. It's called Wrath, depicted by a red gauntlet. Minions and enemies can use certain abilities only from specific positions and with specific targets. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left to right. On each side. So, this is how it looks. Let's put the supporter bar offline for a bit. Because at the top of the screen we have the turn order, I think. This is the current turn, that would be the next one. And then again over here. So if you point at the individual characters up here, they're highlighted down there, and the other way around as well. Kinda nice. The red ones are the enemies. The golden glowing ones are our own, and they look very undead. Bottom left is where I'm sitting. I'm covering up our minions. Why is the camera? Let me check that. I need to take up less space, so I'm gonna shrink myself a bit. Like so. Right, that's better. Floaty McFloat. Looks good. So, on the bottom left, we have our currently selected minion, the skeleton, with vigor. Let's say that's probably also health before being destroyed. Yeah, okay, so that's the minion's health, called vigor. Funky because it's the vigor is undead now. It has the number here, and it has the health bar here, here, and here. So you've got the same information in 4 places. It's important, apparently. And the stats. Attack, dread, accuracy, evasion, luck. That's offense and miscellaneous. And then we've got defensive. Armor, resistance, block, ward, and initiative. Well, that's not really defensive. In which order they act. So with 6 initiative, he was first. The Banshee has 5. These guys have 4 and 5. So between them, it's a how do you say that? It's a draw. And I guess she's first because I started. Probably. I started the round. With the lowest initiative here being the Skelly. The skeleton is immune to all buffs and debuffs. That's a nice feature. The Banshee has a chance of enemies escaping. Increases the chance of them escaping. Okay. By 2% each turn until it reaches 10%. So for 5 turns. She scares them, right? We've got Hunky and a Miner. Why is he called Hunky? They've got 35 and 30 and 55 Vigor and Sanity. Okay. So, sanity determines the mental fortitude of the enemy. The lower the sanity of the target, the higher the chance that they will go insane, become inspired, or escape. If I saw it correctly, enemies cannot be inspired on the first difficulty. Inspired probably boosts their stats a lot, I would guess. Okay, what's this? Spell power. This is mana. This is wrath. 3 resources that are the player characters' resources. We've got 2 spells available, move left and move right, so we can move our minions forward and backward. With the pointing finger, that looks cool. You can select talents for this slot, if you have any left. I don't have any talents left, okay. Let's see, the Skelly. No mouse over information next to where they are. Okay, fair enough. An unassuming strike. So, if we remember what we just saw in that description window, he can use this attack from the first and second position and can target all 4 on the enemy side. It's a physical attack that deals 22 to 24 damage. And it ignores armor. So these guys, they have no armor. They have no block chance, if I see this correctly. And luck does not increase their chance of dodging or anything like that. They have no evasion. They are really tutorial enemies, are they not? Oh, look at that. If I click on the miner, I attack. If I click on his picture, I get a description. That's kind of cool. Physical and magic damage reduce the target's vigor. Igniting deals instant magic damage, color-coded. And true damage at the start of their turn. True damage, what's that? Stress damage increases the sanity, decreases the sanity of the target. Bursting a target will deal stress damage at the start of its turn. Ah, okay. You are doomed! Critical hits by your minions decrease enemy sanity. Enemy critical hits will increase it. Aha! So if they crit, if they land a crit on one of your minions, they get sanity. The more sanity they have, the less likely it is that they run away or get scared or some such. Right? Getting crits is important. So, the miner. Chemically infused convicts who can be found working in the tunnels beneath the castle. The potions they are fed give them a vast increase in strength at the cost of reduced intellect and lifespan. The ruling human aristocracy is more than willing to supply the dwarves with captives for their experiments as long as they receive a share of the profits. The dwarves are experimenting with alchemy on miners. Okay. Okay. Effects is probably when they have extra skills and such, which they don't have. Honky. His mum always told him to stop fighting with the neighbor's boys and instead listen to his teacher. But he knew better. She also told him to ask the blacksmith for forgiveness so that he might one day make her boy his apprentice. But the boy already had other plans. Why work hard when you get nowhere with honest labor? But Mama did have one bit of wisdom that this lad made sure to follow. Undead can't stand light. It instantly turns them to ash. So when the undead invasion began, Hunky took the best possible job for the occasion. Lantern bearer. Let the others wield their swords and bows. He will follow the advice of his wise mother and use the most effective weapon possible. Hey, Risefall. Good to see you. Welcome. Yes, I did change the channel name. It was about time to tell people with my channel name what I'm doing, which is discovering games. And today, I'm discovering Iratus, Lord of the Dead. And I like the character description here. That's good. It's a turn-based tactical game with roguelike mechanics, apparently. But mainly it's a tactical thingy. Squad against squad. With a bit of necromancer influence over here. So the Banshee. The Banshee can stress the enemy. That deals stress damage, 19 to 21. They don't have much sanity left anyway. And then moves them to a random position. Well, that's really not super important. Soprano, stress attack as well. all the enemies, right? It shows here that it attacks all in a straight line. Attacks all enemies for 8 stress damage. And in their following turn, they lose attack. Okay, let's lower their attack so we get less damage. It should probably hit both of them. Because this it's strike through. Let's target the first one, see if the second one gets hit. Yeah, they both get a debuff. Nice. Full-time streamer. Well, full-time streamer is such a weird term. It's not really describing anything much unless you specifically want to compare it to a regular job, which it is not. I spend a lot of hours making the best possible stream. So, it's good fun. It's good fun. Reminds you of Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, I think it shares some qualities with that game. Darkest Dungeon might have been the inspiration. I think. Now we're looking at sanity. The loss of sanity in combat can lead to various consequences. Insanity, a negative effect that weakens the enemy. Inspiration, a positive effect that strengthens the enemy. So there's a chance, if they go mad, that they get positive effects out of that. They can die. Receiving any amount of stress damage while at 0 sanity can lead to instant death. Or, at low levels of sanity, an enemy on the outermost position of the combat row has a chance to flee from combat. So on the 4th. That is important. But if you want to kick someone out, get them to low sanity and move him to the back. Or, lower the sanity of the furthermost, you know. In this case, him. Not only position 4, but the last position in the enemy squad. 0 damage. Priceful, how are you? I hope you're doing good. All things considered. Okay, so currently a double attack, dealing 50% of the damage. Performs additional attacks for each buff. Oh, they are not buffed. They have like a fire under their figure, but I think that's maybe just visual. Okay, let's try this double attack. It's not gonna be a killing one. It's the same amount of damage though. Okay. I think this does make more sense if the enemy, when the enemy has a debuff. Can we do this? 23, that was decent. Nothing fancy about my strike. And then we can do more stress damage. I'm gonna soprano them again. So they don't hit us hard. Bonk. Okay. So that's a killing blow.
This never gets old.
And that the voice we hear, that's the player character, Iratus, right? He's the necromancer controlling these. Doing decent, good. Back to work, okay. Exciting? Or something not so good? Let's stress that character out. Lantern or not. That was good damage. No, he went insane. And got weakened. Increases the damage dealt by 25% Damage received is increased and the initiative is down by 5. Okay. I do like that. Okay, we won. Oh, look at that. We got parts of humans. Waste not, want not. And a bit of damage. Okay. Yes, that's a good approach, I think. Perfect. Ah, see, this is the Iratus, the necromancer. And now I'm floating in a weird spot, but for the combat, it's better to be in this spot with the camera. Create any 2 minions. Down here we have our current ones. Max Skelly. Who has lots of abilities. Cool. A banshee draws her strength from one simple emotion, fear. In truth, a banshee feels many times the fear felt by her victims. Had she the ability, she would run away from each battle in blind terror, but necromancers had long since employed additional bindings to keep it from happening. Okay. Up here we have got lots of other menus. Digger, souls, mana, the main menu. And the crafting resources that we just saw. Okay. Talents. Graveyard. The creation tab here. After gathering parts from his defeated foes, Iratus can create new minions for his army. Using parts of uncommon, rare, or legendary quality increases the amount of stat points of the created minion. Okay. With time, Iratus will acquire new minions. New minion recipes. Hey, Benja. 1 day month hype.
Yeah. Party,
Awesome. Thanks for the resub again.
Party. So much party. Party till you drop.
Oh, Ricefall, thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate it. Have a good time getting back to work. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. 42 is a proper number. 42 is a proper number. Thank you so much, Badger. So, rare stuff gets us rare minions. Makes sense. Oh, we can build a zombie. Let's build a zombie. Before Iratus came along, zombies were considered little more than fodder troop by the other Necros. It took a true visionary to realize that a mindless mass of undead muscle can be used for more than simply bashing the heads of mortals. With a bit of technological assistance, these rotting hulks were turned into mobile artillery. Okay? Capable of carrying and shooting cannons that would normally need several humans to operate. I could quake fill it. Okay. So a bit of blood, bit of flesh, bit of armor, bit of weapon. And ta-da.
Time to bring out the big guns.
We got a zombie. There he is. IQ level 1. Okay, so you can level up minions. Ignores armor and resistance, both. They have resistance themselves. Whenever a character with resistance is dealt magical damage. Ah, that's magic armor. Yes. The ignition effect deals full damage, okay. That can't be reduced, I guess. You can rename them. Ah! Formula 1 soon. Yeah, this is an interesting game. Let me quickly activate the ability for viewers to be in the game. You can redeem that. There you go. Should be enabled now. So if you want to be one of my minions, let me know and I can add your nickname to the horde of undead. They also have this stat here, which I'm not sure what it means. So they are artillery shooters. Volley, buckshot, igniting mixture, more powder, bombardment, and cannonball. So they can shoot at. This is for my own. The first two for 8 to 10. Magic damage. Ah, okay, they are a magic attacker. And ignite deals full damage and bypasses enemies' resistance. Whereas magic damage gets reduced by this stat on the enemy part. Okay, cool. This skill points. Ah, okay. They gain skill points every 3rd level, so they level up as well. And then if you have stat points, you can increase. Okay. So you can level up each minion with skill points and stat points. Wow. Let's create another. The Bride of Iratus. Looks like a ranged attacker. Physical attack. With a focus on crits. Can ignite as well. Do we have like a wraith? Ah, that's a stress magic attack combo. And a dark knight. I'm looking for a tank. Yes. Well, we need a dark knight. We can't go.
Every war needs its generals.
It's a support. I think it's a support class, really. But he looks tanky. 75 vigor. Is less than the others. So he's not really the tank, but he can... Oh, he has 8 armor and resistance, though. So he's maybe more tanky, even though he has less maximum health. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. Let's go. Dungeon. The kingdom had need of the vast riches buried underneath even, the castle. Great veins of iron that promised to fuel conquest after conquest, along with ancient artifacts from a long-forgotten age. The dwarves were eager to offer their services in this project, bringing their untested mining equipment and experimental concoctions for the promise of wealth. They only needed bodies that could obey, and that the humans could provide. With dungeons filled to the brim with both criminals and rebels, there was no shortage of slaves to work these mines. Drugs were used to keep them docile as they dug ever deeper, year after year. Unaware of the mortal danger that awaited them below. So we're fighting our way up to the castle? Huh? To the cathedral. This is the map of the mines. And it's not a small map, is it? The exit, the boss. And there are many, many, many different encounters on the way. So we will choose our path soon, left or right. Haha, cool. This would be a battle against 3 different enemy types. 2 different enemy types. Some enemies possess unique features that either strengthen or weaken them. Study the features of your minions and your enemies so that you can fight more effectively. The Taskmaster. When he dies, his allies recover 30 sanity. So I either kill him first, without dealing sanity damage to the others. Why are there arrows depicted? Show them their place. I move forward up to 3 spaces and hit the first 2 enemies. Oh yeah, because I can't reach them from here. This is the double attack. So we have a lantern bearer, a miner, Thump, and a taskmaster. Leave my zombie alone. Right. Gonna stress that one. He has ward, so he has resistance against my stress attack. Armor is decreased by the amount. Magic damage is decreased by the amount. Block completely nullifies physical, and ward completely nullifies magical. So if he had one armor, one block, and one ward point, so the next stress attack will get through. Because its stress attacks count as magical attacks. I see. So if I would now hit him with this, I would deal damage. All right. Let's bombard the first two. Oh, that's the next turn. Ah. Well, he needs to go.
One less annoyance in the world.
And now they lost sanity. Ah, because they lost a friend. They lost sanity. I see. Okay, ignoring armor. He might just still block it, so I'm gonna hit him first. Right, let's see what the Dark Knight can do. This is the first attack I did. Deals additional damage equal to 80% of the sum of Dark Knight's armor and resistance. Ooh, that's a lot. For each buff or debuff on the target, this does an extra 4 damage. Iratus gains mana and wrath. Cool. Oh. The Taskmasters are tasked with motivating the utterly brainwashed. As one might expect, a good whip hand is indispensable in this job, and any Taskmaster prides himself on his ability to swing said implement around with gusto. Usually recruited from among the criminals, these physical diplomats take great delight in giving orders to the other captives and the sense of authority it gives them. I like that the game is not really super serious about all this. Kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Okay, let's see. We've got the Dark Knight here, and this guy needs to go away. Physical damage will be nullified. So the double attack of the skeleton would be nice. That means we will do an evil stare to stress him out. And we'll continue to do so until he's getting... Oh, he's following. Changing position. Oh yeah, that was the side effect of the stare, huh? Right. The magic attack.
Dead.
I like my artillery zombie. He went insane. That's good. Armor absorb. Oh no, cowardice. That's not insanity. Increases the chance to flee by 20% each turn. Deals stress damage to all allies. Okay, let's do the double attack. So one gets blocked and the other gets through. Okay. So this would now deal 17 to 19 because of the debuff. That's a debuff. 19 stress damage. Yeah. Let's scare him proper. And on the second difficulty, if you drive someone insane, like I'm doing right now on purpose, they could end up getting a buff out of it. Okay. Let's go for a regular strike. I kind of want to trigger an instant death moment. There's a chance. I'm not sure what the chance is actually, but... Ooh, crit damage. The laughter. Ah, glorious. Okay, that's another crit. Critical hits are super important, I think. Diabolical laughter. After winning a battle, Iratus receives rewards. Digger souls are used to construct and improve buildings at the graveyard. Parts are needed to craft minions. Artifacts can increase the power of your minions and Iratus himself. Are they 3D or not? The figures? Brains are used to quickly level your minions. Additionally, minions that did not participate in a battle restore a small amount of vigor. Aha. Yeah, the zombie got hit hard. I got a talent point, an XP, and a scroll of Skullfall. The one-time use unlocks a destruction spell. Cool. Equip Iratus with the acquired artifact. There are 4 main types of artifacts: weapons, armor, rings, and amulets. You will also encounter consumables such as... What? Such artifacts only apply for 1 battle, after which they are spent. You receive 1 random artifact at the beginning of the game.
It embellishes my undead features.
So, I use this once, and then it unlocks the secret. You can disintegrate unwanted artifacts as well. I have no wrath, 10 mana after each battle are restored, and 1 spell power. Level 2 Necromancer. I want to see another minion. Let's get the archer here. Bride of Iratus. Ah, you can sort the rarity. Cool.
Heartbeats only for me.
And
Crafted it that way.
I think I only take 4 into battle, so if I want to have the zombie recovering, I need to put him on the bench. Let's put him here to see if this is combat or not. There's a chest. There's a cultist. Mortal cultists who gift Iratus with random consumables or minion specific item. Or artifacts. Well, the chance for minion specific items would be cool. Choose a battle squad. Aha. So, this would be squad number 2, this would be squad number 3, and this would be squad number 4. We're currently picking squad number 1. Neat. Choose a gift. The second slipper for the Banshee. Each time an enemy misses an attack against her, she restores 20% of her health. Okay. For the Dark Knight, 5 mana and 5 wrath restored each time the Dark Knight receives damage. For the Skellies, they're immune to debuffs, but they can now get buffed. Cool. 50% extra crit damage. Yeah. Now, I want to equip that. Sweet. Now, our Bride of Iratus has 50% increased crit damage. I do like that. Okay, I don't have a brain to level her up. Sounds cool. Let's go back to the dungeon map. And now we chose to go right, which means we can't go left. Aha. But there's another chance here. After defeating the elite squad, you can go left or right again. And then it's time for the boss. I see. I thought you could maybe decide at each crossroads, but maybe that's still true. Because this was a crossroads, we went right. And maybe we can decide here again. Let's find out. Battle. They are sort of 3D. Oh, Deviate Fish. I'll put you in the game. Which minion do you want to be? They look like they are 3D models because they also move around a bit. But it could be that they are interesting, cleverly made 2D models. You want to be the bride of Iratus. Deviate. There you go. Deviate Fish. Perfect. Anyone else want to be a minion I can kill? Let me know. Tick, tick, tick. Iratus possesses the following stats and resources. Mana needed to use talents from the magic, ire, and destruction trees. So we've got 3 different magic trees or spell trees. Mana is restored after every victory in combat through minion abilities or via certain encounters on the map. Wrath is needed to use the ultimate abilities of your minions. Wrath increases during combat and resets after combat ends. Yeah, I craft them. The rarer the parts, the higher the stats of the initial minion. And then you can level each minion up and give, spend stat points. Then we've got spell power. This increases the effectiveness of active Iratus talents. Each level, Iratus gains 1 spell power and can further increase it with artifacts, minions, and so on. Right, so he has been tasked with going forward. If I look at the Skelly, I can have skill points and stat points when they level up. So there's currently a level 1 Skelly. And then I can increase whatever I want, really. The minions are important. So if you lose one, that hurts. You can see the abilities here. And you can probably increase the... You can pick one of these on each level, I guess. Level 15. The Shield Banger. So level 15 seems to be the either the maximum or the most important one if you want to go for the ultimate ability. Yeah, and these are the parts. These are common parts that it has been crafted with. So it's a common skeleton. And in this position, it has this ability here. Can charge forward and interrupt stances. This is a buff though. This is a buff and not a stance. I think a stance is something different. What's this? Embrace mediocrity. Oh. Okay, I can buff. The knight. I am worthy. So the knight just got 4 armor and 4 resistance. Now it's a tanky knight, alright? Yeah. 12 and 12. And the knight has an ability where the armor and resistance are added to the physical damage. So if I use the Skelly to buff the Dark Knight, he can hit like a truck. That's kind of cool. So the miner has extra accuracy. Damage increased by 20%. And 20 accuracy. Okay, he needs to go. I can ignite. That's a magic attack. He doesn't have a block or a ward, so my attack will hit. Interrupt stances and deals stress damage. He's got only 20 sanity left, so I can make him panic and maybe debuff. That moves him back as well. Do we want him in the front though? And it moves me back to the furthest point and therefore moves the Banshee forward. And then I could still use all my abilities. Okay, fair enough. Let's do that. Bling. Insane. Yeah, so he has got a chance to attack an ally now. So the insanity effects are random. I think that's awesome. If you play on regular, the second difficulty where everything's possible, an enemy that goes insane can also get a buff. Like a whatever that is, a random buff. But since we're playing the first difficulty and the tutorial, they can't get that. So we are in luck. Oh, he has two bonus. He completely blocks 2 physical and 2 magical attacks. So I'll do an attack that hits everybody. So one of his ward points goes off. Dread. For their next action. Does that mean they will deal stress damage with a regular attack? We will find out. Let's do that. Yeah, he can't be buffed yet. Betrayal happened. And he absorbed it because he's got 6 armor. Okay, so I'm curious. The knight is has plus 14 dread, but dread cannot be applied with the physical attack, right? Right. Each time an enemy receives a buff, the Dark Knight deals 60% of his stress damage of the dread. I could do that. Yeah. Stances look like this. A type of ability that some minions and enemies can use in battle. A stance that ends at the start of the character's next turn is a one-turn stance. And then there are stances that last until the end of the battle. They can be cancelled with forced movement or stunning. I need to be careful to not cancel my own then. Yeah, and it's cancelled because he moved me. Alright. It would have worked now, so that was a bit late. Okay, the idiot Taskmaster just buffed the enemy that has a chance to attack his own peeps. Cool. So if you know that the enemy has a lot of movement skills, yeah, you don't use stances so much. He can redirect attacks. Oh yeah. I can't reach the Taskmaster, that's a pity. I thought about using Smite on him to remove his 2 block abilities. But I guess I'll just ignore his armor. Right. Until the end of the battle. 22. Let's try to kill one. That's a good damage. A crit would have been devastating, I guess. Restores the target to full sanity. Gives Iratus mana equal to 20% of the restored sanity. Huh. Okay. Ooh. Whenever an enemy moves, the Banshee deals 50% of the dread. Yeah, against everyone. So he will lose 1 ward.
This is what 1,000
That was an instant death.
evolution looks like.
I wanted to see that happen. Nice. The game does a lot of interesting things, I have to say. The game does a lot of interesting things. That's a lot of stress damage against him. 17. Nice. Oh, I got debuffed. Rude. And the Taskmaster moved forward. That's good. A trap. Abilities, the effects of which are limited to one specific position. Depending on the specifics of the trap, a character occupying that position can receive negative or positive effects. A trap can be destroyed by certain abilities or overridden by another trap. Okay. So, defensive stance. Whenever a minion moves, attack it for damage. Okay. Minion, that's me. Overwatch. Whenever an enemy moves, deal 60 of your physical damage to it. But that would move me as well. Maybe not. In theory, I would move, but I'm also on the last position already. Interrupt stances. There you go. Whenever an enemy moves, the Banshee deals 10 damage. Stress. I'm gonna remove the last protection here.
You will soon embrace your new existence.
A crit debuff. Oh, Berserk. He gets 50% extra damage as well. That's good. That could kill him. Got less accuracy though.
Say hello to my burning friend.
Yes. Let's try the physical one. Let's hope we hit. Yes. Being evil is awesome. Hey, Chaos, welcome. I'm playing the evil guy today. Wow, that's a lot. That's the ultimate wrath of the thingy. Go insane, everybody. Banshee got hit. He's got physical protection, so that's not gonna help. But that got insane. Driving them nuts. So oh, he's still on fire. My poor Skellington. Okay, so I could try to remove the protection here, unless, you know. Ah, betrayal.
Brave are an excellent soul.
Oh, snap.
Fresh corpses.
I kind of want to get him with... Ooh. That's a guaranteed crit. So we do extra. Deviate fish. That's gonna be one hell of a shot now. 27 damage. The irritating Iratus. And dead. I was kind of hoping for an instant death, but that's...
My will is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilizations.
I really like him. He's good fun. We pick a new talent. Winning battles rewards Iratus with experience that increases his level. At each level, he receives talent points that can be used on the following ability trees: Alchemy, Magic, Iron, Destruction. Alchemy increases the efficiency of your minions and resource economy. Spells weaken foes. Iron spells strengthen minions, and Destruction spells while they destruct. I like Alchemy. Increase the amount of Digger souls received at the end of the battle. Increase the chance to receive uncommon or better parts. Distillation. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, let's get a higher chance for better minion parts. Yes. Benched. Skelly has to heal. A quest. An event requiring the participation of Iratus himself or the current battle group. A grave. An ancient tomb containing dormant minions awaiting their time. Oh. Dormant minions. Oh, I can get free. Let's get a Wraith? Spectre? What were they called? Wraith. A Wraith does magic attacks, stress attacks, curses, traps. Nice. Oh, 2 block, 2 ward. That's a nice support character. Let's try the Wraith instead of the Banshee this turn. Battle. More coffee. It's definitely, Oi. I'm not ready yet. What was that free attack? The conscripts. So they had 9 initiative, huh? Ooh. Fast. Conscripts would normally be fresh-faced, bright-eyed peasants fighting for their country. Sadly, these days they are instead drawn from a rather large prisoner class with the promises of freedom should they prevail. The inmates don't tend to believe these promises, but the undead are not in the habit of sparing lives, so they fight no matter how ill-equipped they are for the task. Okay. 2 guardsmen. With 6 armor each. Conscripts have low sanity, so that's a good target for those attacks. Ignition should go through the armor. The Fire of Passion. There you go. And each time an enemy receives a buff. I'm not sure how they are on those abilities. They probably can buff. I think that's one of the things that makes this game very interesting, at least in the beginning, that you don't really know what the enemies can do. You kind of learn it first. Let's try stance. Any minion in the cloud gets evasion. Extra dread. Yup. Now, The zombie gains 100 damage for its next attack. At the start of its next turn, the zombie attacks 4 times, each attack dealing 60% physical damage. So if I add powder before doing this, that might make sense, right? Oh, deviate fishy got hit. Again. But the knight evaded twice. Happy about that. Let's set the other guard on fire. Okay. All enemies lose 12 vigor. The Dark Knight recovers an equal amount. Oh. And that ignores ward. So ultimate abilities are really, really powerful. Oh, I missed. Ah. Yeah, that's a big hit now with the bonus from the powder. Random enemies. Yeah, come on. What? Ah, at the start of its next turns. Yeah, okay, I see. All opponents randomly swap positions, which would cancel the defensive stance here. And deal Terra damage. One went insane. Again with the damage. Stop it. Eeh. My poor zombie. Okay, let's see. The stress attack would be something, but I'm gonna do this. Nice. Ah, we don't need that. Oh. Can't move. Let's stop them from moving. I like that. Oh. There's a block. And now 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, one was a miss. Still. That could be nearly a kill shot. Oh well, a kill shot for these two.
I didn't think it would be this easy.
The others lose a bit of sanity for that. Sinister strike stance. Ah, okay. Can't have that. Interrupt stances. Good. It's a very powerful skill. That should help. Oh, he survived it. Oh. 2 health. Curses targets for 2 turns, dealing damage per turn. Ah. Chance to die for him. Good night. Hey, Koi Attack, welcome. It's good to see ya. Let's get a critical hit.
Toss them in with the rest.
Oh, but he died. 20 sanity damage is not what we need right now. There you go. Cool.
Soon this world will be.
The zombie got hurt a lot, but that's alright. We got 6 brains. Wow. We can level up minions now. Yeah, let's improve minions. Well, Deviate Fish, you did a good job. You get the brains. Minions evolve and can be improved in multiple ways. Leveling grants the minion stat and skill points. Every level a minion gets 2 stat points, and every third level a minion gets 1 skill point. You can use parts to grant additional stat points. Okay. Cool. Parts grafted onto minion can be improved via Digger Souls. Items provide your minions with additional features. We tried that. Grafting brain instantly gives a minion additional experience. Okay. Replace the item. Okay, let's first do the level up that's here. Accuracy. Over 100 increases the chance of hitting targets with evasion. That's the crit chance. We want crit chance. And high evade. Okay, good. So I can get a level 6 Deviate Fish and we'll lose the level 2. Gives additional experience. Let's try that. Okay. That's kind of good. Both attack forms get a bonus. Bit more health. And then 2 abilities. So the chest piercer will become a lung piercer, where a crit will stun. Bosses are immune to that though. Higher damage.
Prove yourself
And +5 accuracy. Set the target on fire for 4 turns instead of 2. Same amount of damage. Or 15% extra damage. And more damage per turn. So this will keep it at 2 turns, but for more damage, and this will make it longer. Longer burning. Longer fights are probably the norm, but longer fights get shortened if the enemy is dead, right?
Serve me well, my
Yes.
minion.
Yes. Okay, so Power Archer. And then we have the Dark Knight, who can act quicker now. Zombie needs more armor because he gets hit a lot. And the Wraith. More accuracy. And more evasion because it's a ghostly Wraith. Alright. Let's see, gonna bench the zombie, put Deviate Fish on the hindmost spot, and go to the dungeon map and see what's next. The Soul Spring. Digger Souls. We could do that with them, huh? Will the others heal? I think that's only after battle. Let's have a look. A mean trap. Okay. Well, the Taskmaster is the one who's buffing them, so making Futile Hopes now does not help too much. No, let's start just by hitting hard. There you go. Ooh, a debuff. Right. Let's buff ourselves. Leave my Banshee alone. She's gonna get a protective thingy. That would... Oh, they both have armor here. I just saw that now. Let's scream at them for a bit. He got buffed. I don't like the Taskmaster one bit, so he has to burn. And our friend here in the first spot will be moved. Good. Blinding lights. Very rude. Removes all buffs from the target. Yes. And he went insane. It's hopeless now. Yep. Looks like it works. Hopelessness is hard. Removes all ward, loses all blocks, loses all armor, loses all resistance, decreases damage dealt by 50% and negative 25 luck. That's hopeless, alright. Gain a bit of mana in Wrath. Now we've got a healing option for the knight, but he doesn't need it currently, so I could try sanity attack on the buffed one here, and come with the Banshee and more damage, because I think I've got a chance to kill now with Insanity. Or stress damage, for that matter. Okay, meanwhile, the Taskmaster gets shot.
Ashes to ashes.
Nice shot, deviate fish. The thing I forgot about is if you kill the Taskmaster first, the others gain sanity. Because of the whipping stops, right? That's what I forgot about. That's a crit. Yep. Physical damage on that one. Right, let's see. Soprano, because we've got a chance to instantly kill him. Nah. Stop it. Right. Okay. Removes buffs. Yeah. Let's do some damage. Ow. The first two get 100 magic damage and they lose their next turn. Like it. That's the first time I used the ultimate of the Banshee. Oh, come on. Seriously?
Being born was your first mistake. Opposing me? Your last. This is my kind of entertainment.
I think also when they have a 0 stress, there's a chance at the start of their turn that they die. So. But maybe that's not going to happen at all, so need to follow up with some physical damage. Oh, nice hit. I didn't see that at any point in the tutorial so far, as far as I can remember, though. The chance for dying from lack of sanity. 50 digger souls. Okay. My Banshee's not in a good shape. Gotta swap places with Mr. Skellington again. I think TVA can stay. Construct a building in the graveyard. That's another level. After attaining freedom, Iratus turned this prison into a base of operations. Graveyard buildings require minions and a special resource in order to construct them. It's called investing this. Excavation, mortuary, Iratus statue, the chamber of Iratus. The dead lake. Peering into the dark waters, each minion has an 11% chance to find a random artifact. Flies after victory except for quest battles. Okay. Needs a Banshee. Each minion of the Abode of Wrath gives Iratus 20 Wrath at the beginning of battle. That's neat. Where do I put the zombie? In the mortuary. Restores 100% vigor. Okay. After battle.
Repairing dead tissue is not an easy process, as it involves completely reversing.
Ah, okay, yes. You sacrifice the ones you put into the buildings.
Cool and utter silence are key in accomplishing this. Millennia has tainted the waters around.
Okay, so to build them, you have to sacrifice one of those minions.
Beneath the dark surface of the lake, something
And then you can upgrade it by sacrificing a mummy. And any minion can work there. Interesting. I don't need to create a minion right now. But I could have them look for treasure. Let's create a Banshee, shall we?
Come, dear. It's time for your performance.
Now. Oh, is she automatically... So that's different. I can put her here. I'm not sure if the mortuary restores vigor to the minion you place there. I would guess so. Not 100% sure. And this one apparently works like the Banshee that I sacrificed. It's working there for the 11% chance. I see, I see. Most interesting. No more chances for a Banshee to be sacrificed. Yeah, but she's peering into the lake to get the things. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna let Deviate Fish rest in the mortuary. Alchemy! Iratus is proficient in several alchemical disciplines. Transmutation, distillation, extraction, and calcination. Ah, you can heal minions by distillation. I see. You can craft, get mana, or transmute. Increases physical damage dealt. Reduces physical damage received. Increases spell power. Well, increases stress damage dealt. Costs us 3 of those. That's easy to do. A soul gem for our Wraith. This concludes the tutorial. You can continue the current game on Cakewalk or restart on More Pain or Good Always Wins difficulties. Let's continue. Right. Now our Wraith does 10% extra stress damage. And we build a weapon. And some armor.
A skeleton will clean up this mess later.
So, our knight does get 10% less physical damage and has deals increased physical damage. I think this is for... Oh, I can't take it off. Ah, that's a permanent choice. Okay, fair enough. I wanted to say that it's better suited on the skeleton because they don't have armor to start with. But now that's too late. I've got plenty of hearts, which would work for the Wraith.
It's no gold, but it will do.
Okay, cool. What's this here? The Humanarium. Yeah. Torment minions. Let's get a second skelly. And then we fight. The Banshee does want to fight. The whipping already takes place. But now it's the knight and then the skelly. Oh, he's got a physical blocker. Let's go for stress damage here. I could push him back. Oh no, I can't. Let's remove his block by double attacking. And make him vulnerable. Oh! He got an extra. Yeah, of course. Because of the buff. I forgot about that. He doesn't need a turn. Removes buffs. If he moves, the stance is cancelled. I think the Banshee can move him. And instead we can use him to remove the buff here. Ah, he went insane. Cool. Chance to attack an ally. Perfect. So let's see if we can moves the target to random position. So the Sinister Strike stance is gone. Because that is a lot of damage and we don't want that. Ow. That was blocked. Good. That was not much damage anyway. Oh. Lots of stress damage for everybody. Good. It's too insane. And even more. Instant death.
You will be worth something.
I'll take that as a win. It's not a buff, that's a stance. It looked like a buff, but it's a stance. Okay, fair enough. This one has extra protection from physical attacks. Let's get through that. Ah, I counted on him to buff someone. $26 damage is quite okay. Hmm, 29 damage. Can we do that? Not like this. Well, there's a chance for an instant death.
Savor these last few.
Oh, he went insane. That's good. So, what do we do with him? Reduce attack. Or move him back. Oh, let's try this. Yes, instant death triggered. It's a bit of a gamble. It's better than getting the sinister attack though. You don't need any buffs. Ah, it's a stance. Yeah. Still. Oh, 9 damage. Stop it. Yeah. That's gonna be a lot. But he doesn't have any sanity left anyway. 20 damage. Okay. Oh yeah. Here you go. I thought he would do a third one.
I hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
A double debuff. That would get rid of the stance, but it's not that important anymore. Killing him would be okay as well. No damage. He fled. That's the first one that fled. And slash. Yup.
Mop up the gore.
This time we didn't get that much damage in. That's good.
Plants using it as fertilizer.
And a heal. Cool. Oh, what's that? So, in here we have one slot that restores to 100% after one battle that we won. Ability point. Oh. So, this attack is one of my favorites for the knight, even though he has the physical improvement. Okay, let's give him the physical damage then. This deals equal to armor and resistance, extra damage. This increases the base damage of the skill and gives the knight one extra attack. This gives the knight a bit of evasion and increases the additional damage from armor and resistance. This works well together with the skeleton, because the skelly can buff this.
For a nasty surprise.
So I would do good to increase it anyway. Third skeleton can get some armor against magic and physical. Okay, the Wraith. I like more evasion there. Buff removal and more damage, or push the enemy 2 steps back, which would remove a buff and a stance, and I like that. And accuracy as well. Yeah. I think that's something you do want on lots of enemies anyway. Remove a buff and a stance at the same time. Like that. And the Banshee. Accuracy is okay. Higher base damage maybe. And more evasion. Ghostly figure. Yeah, alright. Let's see, can we build something for the Banshee? Soul Gem. 3 of these. I don't have that many ectoplasms left. I've got lots of rags, but that's extra crit damage. Oh, I know who wants that.
Ah, the smell of successful alchemy.
There you go, Deviate Fish. Golden tooth for you. So there's a 60% extra crit damage. Awesome. And we've got a free skelly. Can we sacrifice that somewhere? Here, for example. 50% for each minion working at the excavation site to find a random part after each battle. Got enough digger souls for that?
Far too extensive. No, this was not the result of a battle. All these bodies were placed here deliberately.
Okay, let's try the combo without the Wraith, so the Wraith can heal up in the mortuary. Since we don't have anyone else who needs healing. What's this? A Stele. Contains the records of past battles, which can be used to raise the level of minions or Iratus. A place of power that can restore mana to Iratus or vigor to minions. I seem to be avoiding quests, but this is okay. XP for minions. XP for Iratus. Let's level up our Necro. In the long run, we need that. Hmm. Who's that? A mad mage. Even among mages, there are criminals and undesirables, many who deem themselves fit to go against the authority of the nobles. Due to their inherent magical talent, it is challenging to keep such criminals as slaves, but the dwarves of the Alchemist Guild have made some progress in this direction. The serums they use erode free will as readily as they erode sanity, making these spellcasters particularly unstable. They have 80 sanity though. But as long as the profits outweigh the losses, there is no reason to worry about a bunch of miners dying in an errant spell here and there. Yeah. A demolition expert. Demolition experts are those convicts that, for one reason or another, proved resistant to the muscle growth chemicals being fed to the slaves. Instead, they are given the unenviable task of clearing out tunnels that are too difficult to tackle with normal labor. As one can imagine, the fatality rate is staggering, which is why the alchemists employ all manner of drugs to subdue the convicts' self-preservation instincts. Okay. Do we think that the... Is he gonna buff someone? Probably not. I'm gonna stress people out now. Ah, so 90 is a lot of sanity. $115 health, huh? Second lowest sanity here, okay. Let's work on that. That was a debuff attempt. Now we can charge. Bam. Ooh, that was lucky for me. That's a buff. The Bride of Iratus. In this case, deviate. Okay, so... Let's attack all of them. It helps our knight. Alright. Extra attacks are only for buffs. I thought for debuffs as well. He's got magical armor. Okay, no magical armor on these two. That's kind of important to know. Can attack you. I'm not sure where he is more dangerous, front or back. Probably back. I keep debuffing them. This stacks. Ooh. Oh man, this shot. Oh, can't hit the last one. Ah. $39 damage. Okay, everybody gets a bit. That's a stance. Lots of wrath, looks like ultimate shenanigans. Oh. This stance cannot be cancelled. I could only move him. I don't have a character to move him. I definitely need
strength through pain.
the Skelly further back, if possible. I could try to get enough sanity removed so that the... Oh, that was a miss. So that the lighten up doesn't happen. Super stress. Went insane. Has a chance to skip his next turn. Okay. And he did. Sweet. So we've got a bit of time before he explodes, huh? I can't cancel that. A pure physical attack helps here.
Ooh, this one voided its bowels just as it died.
Ooh, that was a lot of damage on my end. This moves him to a random position. Come on, to the back. So that will damage him and him on his turn, which is very soon. Just in case he moves forward for a weird reason, I'm going to move the Skelly back. I could fire the ultimate for the skeleton again. 12 vigor is not much for these guys. Let's try to get rid of him. Now he's got a chance to... Oh, if we push him all the way to the back and he explodes, dealing damage to both his allies. And he skips his turn. In this case, it would actually have been nice. Good, 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 good. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. He's back forward, huh? Inflicts a crit against everybody. Oh, he will block.
My kingdom comes.
He will block. Okay. Would have known that. So no explosion for us. I think it's safer that way. And a chance to kill. Or make him flee. Also magic damage. For the mage. Oh! That was a critical hit for 76 damage. Plus, because of lack of sanity, someone had to run away to death. The Wraith has been healed. And I think it's time for Mr. Skellington to get some healing because he's nearly deaded. This is good fun. I mean, it's not the most exciting game to stream, I think. But it's good fun to play. This is something I could do after I finish the campaign for Northgard. A nice turn-based game to have a cup of tea. So jolly. Fun. No, it's really fun to play. I gotta say. Presentation, you know, you can see that it's not a huge studio behind it, but I think the humor is very, very dry and very dark, and it's not taking itself too serious, which is good. It would be bad otherwise. Get more Iratus XP again. Did you level up, mister? Do I have 7 points to spend? Is that it?
Through transformation, the will becomes...
Ah, cost 2, cost 3, cost 4. Right. Yes.
Formulae reveal their secrets.
Minions receive dread. There's a passive.
With knowledge and will comes victory.
Aha. Ah, I can buff my minions. I like that. Each time a minion misses, Iratus gains Wrath, which means a higher chance to get an ultimate ability triggered. And they are good. They are really good compared to the rest. And in the graveyard, we could build an obelisk. Let's create a wraith. We got the parts.
An unassuming creation. Perhaps the warnings.
You probably don't have that many resources to spare in a regular game, but every minion next to it generates 4 to 6 digger souls. So extra resources to get these upgraded, all of them, with multi-stages. And the mortuary is a good one. I'd like to have 2 spots in here, so next up would be sacrificing a wraith for 50 digger souls to get a second healing option. A skeleton and a bride of Iratus. Oh, nice! You can train minions here. I don't have that many currently, so. Oh, this is good. Can we create another knight? My ectoplasm is running out. And we're missing a material. So no knight. But we can craft a bride.
A design from my younger years.
And 2 knights, huh? It's not easy to get those. But this is not too bad. Also, there's a zombie in the second stage. There's a wraith in the second stage. There's a mummy. We don't even have that minion yet. And there's a banshee in the second stage. Okay, so we guarantee that we restore mana every battle. Oh, I don't have the digger souls yet. Okay, fair enough. Yep. Right, and then you have this huge map, and then you get to a point where you fight an elite group, and then if you do that and persevere, there's a boss to kill. And then you work your way up to the tunnels, to the barracks, to the catacombs, to the cathedral. Until you win. I'm not sure if this should be compared to Darkest Dungeon. I haven't played much of Darkest Dungeon, but I think it's very similar, but it's sort of different as well. I can't really tell. But playing the evil guy is cool. I like that. So, it's 8 o'clock. That was 2 hours of Iratus, Lord of the Dead. I think we got a good idea of what it is. I think that worked out. And I'll definitely play this. I'm glad I have it. And yeah. Economy is different. Battle seems very similar. Yeah, I mean, I could go on. I could play this for the rest of the evening, but I have a bone to pick with Beneath the Steel Sky. And I will not be able to show you much new shenanigans. I mean, obviously there are lots of minions you can get. So that would be new stuff, but you know, to show the game, this is a good amount. And it's different enough from Darkest Dungeon to have both games. But I bet it's the best deal if you already played so much Darkest Dungeon that you don't want to play it anymore, and then look for something similar but different. Then this might be something.